Yo, what's going on, guys? Ocho Talk Sports here with the third podcast of the channel. Last episode, we talked about my prediction for the NFL standings. You can check out that video in the link in the description. And this video, we are going to be talking about my NBA standings predictions. So we're going from football to basketball, okay? So I have written down what teams I believe are going to be in the playoffs. I don't want to go through every team in the NBA because that's just going to be a very long video, and I'm sure you guys don't want to watch that long of a video, especially since my last video was like 16 minutes long. So we're going to try to make this one a little shorter. So we'll get right into it. We'll go to the East, the least exciting part of the NBA. So first seed in the East in the NBA this year, I believe, will be the Celtics. The Celtics are a junior Warriors. They have Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Now Terry Rozier, who's going to be good. I mean, Kyrie and Gordon haven't really played together yet. They could be a great duo. Jason Tatum just came off an amazing year, especially in the playoffs, helping carry his team to get all the way to Bron in the Eastern Conference Finals, but lose. I believe they're going to have a great season this year. 60-22 is my predicted record. So next, I have the 76ers. I know a lot of people think the Raptors should be number 2 seed, but I think the Sixers have the spot in number 2 seed. I think Ben and Joel are going to be an insane duo this year. Both of them themselves have said that they think this is going to be an MVP-like season. I mean, I've been watching some of their, I guess, pickup games that Ben was playing. He looked like a monster. He was getting guarded by PJ Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and he was really, I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it. He's being filthy, I guess. He was filthy. And then I have them 54-28, and then behind them the Raptors. So the reason why I have the Raptors at the 3rd seed, I mean, they do have a better team than the Sixers, but the whole Kawhi Leonard thing could be a mistake. I mean, Kawhi Leonard is just a stubborn boy. Didn't want to play for the Spurs for who knows why. Who knows how him and Kyle Lowry are going to connect, how him and the coach are going to connect, him and the team are going to connect. So I have him at 52-26 record. I mean, the talent shows they should be 52-26, but you never know. They could fall off because of chemistry. And then behind them, I have the Pacers. The Pacers did very well the first round of the playoff against Braun. Victor Oladipo, most improved player of the year. I think he's going to have a monster year this year. MVP like this year. So that's why I have him 47-35. Bucks, I have him 45-37. Giannis is just going to be a monster like always, but in the playoffs they won't really go anywhere because I mean the team is just kind of crap other than Giannis, which is kind of a shame. And then 6th seed, some pretty interesting, the Pistons. So last year when Blake Griffin was healthy and he was with the Andre Drummond, they were a monster. I think they only lost like one game out of like the 10 games they played or something like that. I should have had that prepared. But I mean, they were a monster duo. They just kept winning. That's why I think they're going to do very good in the East this year. 6th seed for that duo. 42-40 is a good record. And then Wizards, 41-41. I mean, who knows what happened to them? They were a great team. John Wall and Bradley Beal. John Wall and Bradley Beal, sorry. They were a great team. I mean, they still are. They still have the same people, but I don't know. They just can't really make it happen. So an even 500, 41-41. And then the Heat at 40-42. Not really much to say. So we'll just get right into the West, which is where it gets exciting. Because frankly, every team here is a lot better than every team in the East. I'm kidding. I'll say this. Each seed in the West, like the number 1 seed, is better than the number 1 seed in the East. And the number 2 seed in the West better than the number 2 seed in the East. This is why it's very interesting. The West is just so much better. So, West, number 1, easy, Warriors, unfair. Unfair NBA these years. Best starting 5 ever. Just insane. So 65-17. Even though Boogie comes back in January, and I mean, ACL injuries are always kind of like the ending of a career. Like if you look at Dominique Wilkins, I think did. I think Dominique Wilkins. He was like one of the only players that played good off an ACL. Yeah, it was Dominique Wilkins was the only player in like NBA history who still had really great career stats or great stats after an ACL injury. But I mean, you never know. 65 and 17 most likely. And then Warriors right behind them are the Rockets. Rockets, I think, would have beaten the Warriors and would have been in the finals and would have lost to Cleveland if Chris Paul didn't get freaking injured, man. I mean, it just sucks. And then game 6 and 7, they were just chucking up threes the whole game. It was just terrible to watch. So this year, Chris Paul and James Harden, if they stay healthy, 58 and 24, which is a great record. And third, I have the Jazz, the very young Jazz. Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, Ricky Rubio, all of them. Donovan Mitchell's gonna have a blow-up year this year. Sophomore year, he's gonna go off. Second place in Rookie of the Year. People think he did deserve it. I don't think he did deserve it, just because playoffs. People think playoffs Donovan Mitchell should have won, but Ben Simmons just had one bad game in the playoffs, so hop him off. So, yeah, Jazz, I have him 50 and 32, which is a really bold. I mean, I don't know if they'll really be a 50-win team, but I see the potential. And then behind them, I don't know why. I have the Lakers behind it. I don't know why people are putting the Lakers at like the 8th seed. It doesn't. People just always underrate LeBron. So Lakers 48 and 34. I mean, who knows? LeBron James is the GOAT in my opinion. They could be a 50-win team, a 55-win team. I think they had the great talent. I think it just depends on how the chemistry works and how LeBron works with younger players. He's always worked with veterans in his career, so I think it just depends on how he works with younger players. Behind them, the Thunder, they just lost the shittiest player in the NBA, Carmelo Anthony, which is great for them. I think 5th seed, 45 and 37. If Russell Westbrook's not a ball hog, I think him and Paul George will be great. Paul George was changed into a different player last year. He turned into a spot-up shooter, which is not his game. Hopefully they could change that around, make a new playbook, and get him in some plays instead of just being a spot-up shooter. Behind them, 6th seed Nuggets, same record, 45 and 37. This team could have made the playoffs last year, but got robbed in overtime. Nikola Jokic is playing his heart out last year. Most underrated player in the NBA, in my opinion. I think that them and the team are going to do great. And then behind them, I have the Pelicans, who just lost a huge piece in their offense, Boogie Cousins, and defense. But, I mean, fuck Boogie. I think Anthony Davis played better without him anyway. They also just lost Rajon Rondo, which sucks. So 42 and 40, I think they'll just make it in. 42 and 40. And behind them, Trailblazers, 41 and 41. Some people don't have the Trailblazers making the playoffs. I still think Damian Lillard and CJ are going to be great. So 41 and 41, I think, is my prediction for the Trailblazers. No Spurs, no Timberwolves. I don't think the Timberwolves are going to be that good, honestly. I think their chemistry is pretty much broken. I mean, Jimmy Butler's their best player, and he doesn't even want to be on the team. I mean, him and Kyrie to the Knicks next year. So that'll be fun. Alright, guys. That was my third podcast. This was the NBA standings. I haven't talked about the NBA too much yet. And it's my favorite thing to watch. I like it more than the NFL, so I really should be watching more of the NBA, but... Or not watching, talking about more of the NBA, but... You know, like and subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos, my first 2 podcasts. I'm going to keep doing this. This is just an experiment for communications. This is what I want to do when I grow up. And, I mean, I can't wait to keep doing more throughout the year. And, I mean, show the love. Comment what you think, what more you want me to talk about. And, yeah, peace, guys.